Hi everyone, Dave here, East Rosebud Fly and Tackle in Billings, Montana. Today I'm going to tie for you a Craig Matthews pattern. He shows this in his book called Fly Patterns of Yellowstone. This is called an egg laying caddis. What it's supposed to simulate is the Hydropsyche genus of caddis. They're probably our most common caddis. And this caddis lays eggs by fluttering over the surface and dropping its eggs. It does not crawl underwater like many caddises do. So this buoyant pattern is meant to be hopped and skipped over the top. The Hydropsyche caddis are net spinner caddises. They spin kind of a funnel-shaped web between cracks in the rocks, and then they collect the plankton in that web. So they like heavily riffled areas where there's fast water, good nutrient flow. They can be very heavy in tailwaters because of the extra phytoplankton that's collected in the lakes and brought down through the stream. But they're also very common on our freestone rivers, particularly the Madison, the 50-mile riffle. So this is a good pattern to have in your box. What I'm using is a standard dry fly hook. This is a size 14. And I'm using Vivas 6/0 brown thread. So we're simply going to build a thread base on this. For the Hydropsyche caddis, they have kind of a cinnamon colored body, so I'm using Hairtron dubbing. That's the caddis, cinnamon caddis colored. Caddises do not have a big bulky body, so we're going to keep this fairly thin.
Still doing all right? Oh yeah, awesome. Well, look at What's that? Yeah. You get that right.
All right, let's see how we are here.
Pardon me?
Okay. Stop a couple of eye lengths shy of the eye. Now we're going to tie in a bit of a wing here on the top. Helps float this fly so that you can skitter it. And just regular deer hair. So always hold it about 1/3 of the way down from the tips and clean out the short hairs and the under fur so that it'll stack. And we'll put it in our stacker. You don't need a lot of hair here. We want our wing to extend just a little past the bend of the hook. And it's just going to be a top wing, so we're going to keep it pinched on top of the hook. Several firm thread wraps going forward. Raise them up and clip them off at a slant.
They're pretty dang small.
We'll wrap through those butts to secure it nice and tight.
And they got all different sizes, so like.
So at this point, it's very similar to an elk hair caddis. Using a Hungarian partridge feather for our forewing, we want the barbs to be about shank length long. They can be a little bit longer. And I'm going to tie this in by the butt. So we'll strip all the fibers off the base of the feather. Okay. I'm going to tie this with the shiny side of the feather up, right at the base of our deer hair wing. Okay, an important portion or part of this fly is the way that this hackle lies. We want to make sure we fold it as we tie it. Then I'm going to wrap it forward. Sometimes it helps to dampen your fingers. We're simply going to force this hackle back, the shiny side back. And as we wrap it, we'll get those fibers, fold them back
Yeah, I've been hearing that, I mean, some people are.
until we get up to where our thread is hanging. You can use 2 hackles if you want a more heavily hackled fly. Clean up our head here. And it's not a difficult fly to tie, but it is very effective. We have one more step here after we whip finish, and that is to trim the partridge off of the bottom. We want this fly to be sitting flush with the surface film. The deer hair wing will help you to skitter it on the surface, to float it. And the hackle, the soft hackle, gives you a lot of movement. So there you go. Not a difficult fly to tie, the Egg Laying Caddis. Thank you, Craig. Give it a try, folks. As always, if you have any questions or comments, please don't hesitate to contact us, and we'll see you next time.